Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to some of you, and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. I'll get right to it. Brittany Renner's conversion reminds me of when Andrew Tate converted. My inner pessimist expected not only the disappointment that Andrew Tate turned out to be, but even worse. I am pessimistic by experience. I have to be. I don't like it, but I have to be. Andrew Tate did not get busy learning his religion like a new Muslim is supposed to. And he later made statements that nullified his faith, whether he meant to do that or not. And he proved my pessimism true by insisting on remaining in the spotlight instead of focusing on learning what he needed to know to take seriously his conversion to Islam in the first place. Now we're looking at Brittany Renner. She thoughted it up beforehand. Did everything that made Westernisha so bad as a rule. Did this all without thinking about it. Became a hypocrite because that's what it takes to be a misandrist. And then asked for some man to step up and be a stepdad to PJ Washington Jr. It's only after she can't even get guys to come and smash because they know that she's going to tell everyone if they're famous, and she's going to get mad if they tell anybody if they're not famous. Did she decide to put on a hijab and say that she's manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah? It is only after that. Many of us are rightly looking and saying, why is it that people have to come and join us when they've screwed things up like this? Now, the difference is that Tate accepted Islam when he did not know he was being investigated and about to be arrested. Brittany has accepted after she's hit all of these lows and recorded herself with these lows. Tate had more potential than she did. See, Tate is not a crappy lock that's opened by many keys. Tate is a key that's opened at least more locks than what he was designed to. I mean, he convinces women to go and do webcam for him. It is not a morally praiseworthy skill to pimp. It is still a skill. It could be translated into other things. Tate also regularly was going between Romania and the UAE when he accepted Islam. He at least would have had access, and now probably may have some access to go into the UAE. It's not allowed at this point. But there was a time it was, and he could probably have people from the UAE go visit him in Romania. Right now, what's going on is that Brittany Renner is largely inside of the United States. She probably can travel internationally, but she largely is in the United States. And the Muslim community, while damn near non-existent in Romania, it is a shit show in the United States. I said it. The religion is the solution. The community is not practicing it, and so therefore, of course, they're not benefiting from the solutions that are there. We got solutions to a lot of these things. The political crisis would not happen. The one that we're looking at now is not going to happen in an Islamic political system. There can be some problems. It ain't to this level. But why is it going on now? Why are you all looking at the level that you're looking at right now? Well, it's pretty obvious. And the answer to that is simply put, that you guys don't have access to that sort of political system. I mean, whoever seeks power in an Islamic political system not a kingdom. But in our political system, whoever seeks power is not supposed to have it. So the Muslim community in the United States is not benefiting because they're not practicing it. It's not only because of the political system. I mean, it's not something that's within their power. But the thing is that you've got non-Black Muslims that are so hungry for white validation and acceptance that they're taking on feminism and misandry that's not even a part of their cultures. And then you got the Black American Muslims who come from the gynocracy and a matriarchy, and many of their simp imams are gynocratic and matriarchal. But at least they're genuinely so. They're not doing it for white acceptance, but the problem's the same. So the truth be told, the question of Brittany Renner's sincerity in accepting is damn near a moot point. Maybe not right now. It matters to her, of course, if she's sincere or not now. But because of the crap show that the community has been for a long time, it may very well become problematic in it. It won't matter to her later. I'm not allowed to tell you now that she's a hypocrite. How would we know that at this point? We can suspect, and I don't really blame even non-Muslims who might suspect that. Prepare in case she is. Because in all honesty, there's a lot of framework that's not there in place for people to seriously accept Islam when they mean well. But look, I'm not going to sit up and say that she is one. What I am going to say, though, is that the community into which she is going to go is not going to give her exactly what she needs and not going to hold her to accountability. That's the problem. There's an imam named Nick Pelletier. He attempted to hold the Muslim community in Irving, Texas accountable for something that they did to cover up a particular issue instead of allowing it to be properly investigated for the safety of the kids. Nick Pelletier was whiteballed and abandoned, and I did not realize the trouble he was going through until recently. I did not know to check on him because I did not know what he was experiencing. Until a few weeks ago, I saw a video that he put out about the hell through which he had been because everyone turned their back on him. He said even some celebrity imams whiteballed him. And all he did was tell what he was supposed to tell as much as he knew of a particular truth. But they cared more about appearance and optics and everything else that they did about at least running an investigation into something that involved the safety of kids. That was the problem. They were like, you made us look bad. Why did you do that? And they retaliated and had him on the outs and in poverty for years. This is into what Brittany Renner is going to be walking. The religion is the solution. I don't apologize for whenever I said it. It is the solution for people in general, and it will be a solution for our people should we practice it. But that's when it is practiced. Many of us are not practicing the truth. We got African American imams with that blue pill simp chip in them. We got non-Black imams and speakers in the non-Black Muslim circles, and they're going against their own cultures with the misandry. So this is what needs to happen. Do not ask about whether or not Brittany Renner is sincere or not. How are we going to really know right off the bat? Don't ask. Understand what she's up against if she is sincere. If there are any of you Muslim men that decide to help, two things. Number one, do not become a bailout plan for her. Number two, if you're going to help her to get over something in particular, then do it in a way where she doesn't know who it is. Because if she knows who it is, she's going to question your motives. If you don't have a motive, trying to hit that, trying to get some coochie in exchange for helping her, she ain't going to respect you. Now you just free help. And if you are trying to get some, she ain't going to respect you because you're trying to get some. Either way, how's she going to respect you? She got a body count of 35 that she said. How's she going to respect any man at this point? She became Muslim. You think all of this is going to go away overnight? She may not be out to hurt anybody, but she's not going to all of a sudden be healed. You saw how immature she was on these podcasts. That doesn't go away overnight either. Until the day she says that she walked herself into results that she does not like, there's a maturity that she is missing, and you cannot be a bailout plan for her, even if she comes clean with herself and says, I walked into these effects and results that I don't like. You still can't be a bailout plan for her. There must be no retirement plan for 304s, even if they become Muslim. If there was going to be a 304 retirement plan, if there was going to be one, then I would simply say, well, you get to be a concubine, miss, and that's after I get 36 body counts myself. That's what the hell it's going to take, because otherwise you ain't going to respect me. You have a body count of 35, I got to get up to 36. And you probably still ain't going to respect me. I probably got to get up to 108 because you had 35. Then you be a concubine and I take care of you. But don't bother me about nothing else. You cook and clean at least your particular space and I'm providing for you. When I decide I want to hit that, I'm coming over to hit that. Don't bother me about nothing else. And no, you can't screw nobody else. Those terms are not acceptable to most women, even when that's better than what they deserve. And since she comes from a society that has told her to look at terms often like that and say, oh, hell no. I demand more. Well, then there's no backup. There's no bailout plan for her. There better not be. I'm not really worried about what happens in her case. I'm more worried about some of you young brothers that are Muslim coming across women like her in real life. And either you don't know that she was like this because she wasn't infamous for it, which is not your fault, but you could take him for a ride, or you find out, but it's only you that knows, but she still knows that you know, and therefore it can't work because she can never respect you because, well, you didn't do what she did. She's coming to you with a body count. You're not coming with a body count. She knows that, and she can't respect you because she has experience you don't have. That's what you're facing. That's what a lot of you have to look forward to. That's the truth of the matter. A lot of young Muslim brothers, I don't know how many it is, but even if there are very few not famous Brittany Renners in the Muslim community, even if there are very few, a bunch of guys have options to marry these women because bad options are always hyper available. The real issue for you cats that are Muslim is that you can easily avoid marrying someone like that if you know that you have to make a conscious effort to avoid it. Because if you don't make a conscious effort to avoid it because you didn't know you needed to, they're going to be there even if you don't know that's who they are. They will position themselves to where you look to them for marriage. And you won't know. And maybe if they lied to you about their experience, they might be able to respect you because they can tell themselves, well, you don't know what they used to do. So you yourself aren't doing anything wrong, so they can still respect you. Maybe, even then they probably think this guy is so dumb and stupid and clueless, how could he not suspect something? He's an idiot. Even then, many women, Muslim or not, who know that the man does not know the stuff they used to do, still think the man's stupid. And they can't respect him. And what does that do for you? I worry. I worry because you have to deal with this. I worry because you can see Brittany Renner. If you want to help her, you could do it anonymously. You could say, this is from the Muslims somewhere in Cincinnati. This is from the Muslims in Columbus. This is from the Muslims here, from wherever. Just, get yourself together. You're able, here's a link to some useful information. You're able to do stuff like this. You see her, you know it, and you're able to separate yourself with the right distance as well to not be taken advantage of or disrespected. I worry about the Brittany Renners. You don't see that. I don't see them. We're not really supposed to see them. But unfortunately, in the West, where many of you reside, they still lose respect for you because they're trained to. And that's why the lesson you have to learn from this is to remember that there are many more with that same past, but they're not famous or infamous. And while you don't know who they are, they know who they are, and they're not going to be able to respect the men that take them seriously, even if they know that the men don't know any better and can't be blamed for it. Sometimes you wonder why these women, just Muslim or not, you may have had experience with women that were just mean to you, angry with you. You wonder what the hell are they angry about? I didn't do anything to them. Sometimes it is nothing other than the fact that they know what the hell they did, and they're looking at you like, how the hell do you not even suspect? They don't appreciate that you're giving them a chance and you're not assuming the worst about them. They don't appreciate that. They're looking at you like you stupid for not assuming the worst about them. That's not something wrong with you. Not assuming the worst about people does not make you a bad person or an idiot. They just feel like it does anyway, because why would anybody be good if they don't have to? Tells you who they are, not who you are. And sometimes you guys don't know what that is. And I'm sorry you've had to face what you've had to face. But that's the lesson. If you really want to know what the true lesson is from her accepting it, well, whether she's serious or not, she's really up against a whole lot of challenges and trials and tribulations. She got a harder battle to fight than Andrew Tate did. And she is not supposed to be able to find the bailout plan. The real test is going to be if she finds someone that's willing to take her seriously, and then everyone comes along and tells that man, hey man, look, these are the videos of her acting this way, that way, that way, that way, and that way. And then that man says, Brittany, we ain't getting married. Engagement's off. I don't have a past like this. It's not fair. That's going to be the real test. And if she sits up and blames those who alerted that man, and she did not grow up, if she says, you know what? He learned, he made the decision he had to make, I'm the one that did that stuff, then at least we know she matured. And that's going to be a hard thing to tell, and it may never come to that. She may fade out of the spotlight and we all forget about her, and she lives a quiet life and accepts that she's going to have to work a job to support herself. And that if she's really serious about this, she's not going to get endorsements. And she may take that and eat that and live that. And then she would have matured, but we would not say she's matured because we would not even remember her. There's that possibility too. But in any case, what does this mean for you living your life? Well, the lesson is you got to remember that she's the one you can see. There are many unknown examples of her you must actually avoid. There's a lesson for you. And I hope that you benefit from this reminder of that. Thank you for listening. As always, black heart, black climb, black out, assalamu alaikum, black heterosexual, non-select male power because they don't like it in black patriarchy until extinction and judgment day. Thank you so much for flying with us here on Jet Black Airways, where the phrase jet black is also a verb. Keep jetting black with us till the wings and the wheels fall off. And before I truly sign out, let me give a shout out and welcome to the new subscriber to the first class section of Jet Black Airways. I'm not going to give his whole name, but let's nickname him Al X. Shouts out and welcome to you. Gender justice forever.